Sorry, everyone. We had some technical difficulties with that last live. YouTube is trying to snatch my wig. Y'all know I don't know what happened. I paid my internet bill, so. But I hope it's not too late for some of you to still be on. If not, then, or if so, just, be on here for a little while and then get off. But I don't know what happened with the last live. YouTube is acting weird. I paid my internet bill, so I don't know what happened. But I'm just going to be on for a little bit longer to talk about Mars and Scorpio, since Mars is going to be in Scorpio till January. Marcel says, I love Mars and Scorpio. I have Mars and Pisces. I love them. Yeah, Mars and Scorpio is all about, being a very dynamic in your movement, all right? They move in silence. So Mars and Scorpio is all about moving in silence, all right? It's a good time to enact any changes you want in your life. We have to remember that Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and Pluto is all about shedding old skin, all right? Shedding old ways of being, all right, shedding old fears and worries and subconscious fears, subconscious worries. That's Mars and Scorpio. So a lot of these things are going to come up to the surface during this time for a lot of us, whether you have Mars and Scorpio or whatever the situation is. But since we have Mars and Scorpio specifically, any subconscious fears that may prevent you from moving forward, any subconscious fears that cause you to procrastinate, for example, are going to be brought to the surface during this time period. Because Scorpio is all about bringing the fears up to be addressed, right? Bringing the fears up to, bringing the fears up once again to be addressed and to be healed and to be released. I hope it's not buffering again. My internet should be fine. But sometimes my internet service kind of does things without saying, like, they tend to do, I guess, the repairs or whatever. I don't know. I'm just going with it. We're in Mercury retrograde shadow period, mind you, so things like this are going to happen. But yes, Mars and Scorpio. I personally am a Mars and Sagittarius. So, but I do find that Mars and Scorpio and Mars and Sagittarius have this thing in common where they're all about seeking the truth, telling the truth, and acting from a place of truth. We have to remember that Mars is kind of our intentions, where we're coming from, why we're doing something, why we want something. And Mars tends to be attracted to power, and dominance, and as is Scorpio, because Scorpio is actually co-ruled by Mars and Pluto. It's transiting my third house. I'm a Virgo rising. It's been a hell in healing, though. Exactly. Third house is the house of communication, your thoughts, and your mind. So that's actually a good thing. You're healing your thoughts, you're healing your mind, you're healing the way you communicate with others. Hi, Marcel, by the way. Marcel is the only one in my room right now. There's only like 4 or 5 people in my room right now. And I'm just talking away, it doesn't really matter if there's one in the room. To me, it's just me doing another video. But thank you, Marcel, for being here. The third house is the house of communication, intellect, and the mind. And it's interesting, Marcel, I'm also a Virgo rising as well. All right. So that's beautiful. Yeah, you're probably going through a lot of healing and transformation in terms of how you communicate. The thing I find also about Scorpio, hey Siobhan, the thing I also find about Scorpio is that Scorpio has a way of teaching you to use your voice, to use your strength in terms of sticking up for yourself and using your voice. So that's a good placement to have in your third house. Hey Nancy. Hey, Jennifer, I am here, Lamarr. You were frozen. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think there's something weird going on with YouTube because my internet is paid, but sometimes the internet does do things after midnight without saying something. All right, so I can't wait to switch from Xfinity. So if anyone has any recommendations other than Xfinity, the only reason why I went with Xfinity was because they called me and they were like, oh, we have a package deal for you. So if anyone knows anyone better, I used to have Verizon when I lived with my friend back in college. I don't know if they're any better, but anyways, back to Mars and Scorpio, okay? Marcel says Mars and Pisces similar to Mars and Scorpio. In certain ways, yes, they're both water signs, so they both have an emotional way of going towards things. They're both emotionally charged. Whereas maybe like a fire sign gets an instinct and they act on it. Water signs such as Mars and Pisces or Mars and Scorpio gets an emotion and they act on it. So they do have that in similar. They're both very intuitive. All right. But Scorpio is a little bit more aggressive towards going towards what they want. Pisces is a little bit more passive. And that may aggravate a Mars and Scorpio actually, because Mars and Scorpio are people who actually like to get things done and like not procrastinate, not take their time, not, figure out all the details. No, they act on their instincts. Because we have to remember, Scorpio is actually co-ruled by Mars. So they have that fire element to them. Although Pisces has a similar element to them as well. Pisces is co-ruled by Jupiter. And but more so, Jupiter deals with mental, Mars deals with action, physical brawn. So similar but different. Siobhan says Mars and Pisces can make you more lazy. That's true. Mars and Pisces can make you a little bit more lazy. You may be more prone to escapism, daydreaming, seeing your work as like too hard. Life is too hard. So what's the point of doing anything at all? The biggest thing with Mars and Pisces is they can be escapists. Don't get me wrong, we all have our own faults. We all have our own vices and convictions. Some people drink, some people smoke, some people have sex, some people, whatever their weakness is. But Pisces can be prone to like procrastination and thinking too much instead of doing. Mars and Libra can kind of be the same way. Mars and Libra are more passive. Hey, Aquarius rising. Mars and Libra can also be prone to doing what the crowd is doing what others are doing, as opposed to what they feel they should actually be doing.